amazing moms. It's Family Fun Friday! Motherhood or parenthood is a full-time job, and if we allow it, it can become an all-work, no-play situation. So Family Fun Fridays are to remind us of what's really important, creating family memories and enjoying these blessings that God has given us. Right now on our Winning Wednesday episodes, we're in the middle of a Chores for Kids series. But I want to make sure that we never get to the place where our kids are doing a whole lot of things more than we are doing things with them. So on this Family Fun Friday, our very first one, we're going to play a simple game to help you get to know us a little better. And if you play this with your children, it will help you find out some interesting facts about them. Before we start though, I'd like to introduce you to everyone, starting with my amazing husband of 18 years. He's a school teacher and a pastor, and his name is Robert. Next up, we have our oldest, our firstborn here, Madaha, who is 14. Then we have McKinney, our second-born, who is 12. Next up, we have Centwali, our oldest son, who's 11. And then there's Enzi, our second-born son, who's 9. Followed by Quelly, who's 8. Next, we have our knee baby, Kenaya, who's 6. And last but not least, we have our youngest son, Jossie, who's 5. So let's get started. The name of this game is To Tell the Truth. And I have some index cards and pencils here, and I'm going to pass them out. Now that everyone has their pencil and paper, we're going to write down 3 statements about ourselves. 2 of the statements are going to be true, and 1 statement is going to be false. Now, the trick to playing this game is that your 2 true statements should be little-known facts about you that other members in your family wouldn't really know. But then there's the false statement that seems like it could be true. So now we've all written down our statements, and the next thing we're going to do is present them. Now when we present them, you don't want to present them in order. Like, you don't want to say the 2 true statements and then the false statement last. You want to mix it up a little bit. So we'll start with you, Robert.
Let's see. Okay, so my statements are: my favorite pet was a dog named Joe. My first car was given to me by my parents. And my favorite sport is basketball.
So if you think that his favorite sport is basketball is false, raise your hand. You think that's the false statement, Quelly?
He watched football all the time.
Oh, he watches football all the time. Oh, you think that's false too?
Izzy, put your hand up.
All right. So if you think that Daddy's very first car was given to him by his parents is false, raise your hand.
Because I thought that was his grandpa's car.
Dad likes football.
I don't know. I
Okay.
thought I heard a story about that.
So if you think Daddy's favorite pet was a dog named Joe is false, raise your hand.
Oh, that one.
All right. So which one is false?
The false one was my first car was
Oh!
given to me
See,
by my
look
parents.
who is right.
All right. Well, who gave it to
Good
you?
job.
Huh?
So who gave
My
you your first
dad.
time? Okay.
Great
All right,
job.
so
Wait,
Madaha.
you like
So
basketball?
Madaha has the
Okay.
point.
Madaha.
He didn't want to give it to me, but
You
I
didn't have a
talked
dog
him into it.
named Joe?
Yes, I did have a dog named Joe.
All right, next up is me. And my 3 statements are, number 1, my favorite food is squash. Number 2, I can whistle. Number 3, my favorite musicians of all time are Bobby McFerrin and Celine Dion.
Okay, so
Okay,
the last
that
one
one
is
was-
definitely true.
Exactly. It's the second one.
Mhm.
You can't
It's
whistle.
obvious.
Everybody
That's
knows you can't
obvious.
whistle.
Well,
You
well,
can't
Hold on, well, let's vote. We have to vote. We
But
have
the
to.
first one,
You never Everybody knows she can't.
My first one is my favorite food is squash.
No, your favorite food is seafood.
It's
Yeah,
crabs.
crab stuff.
Yeah, it's crab legs. You like crab legs?
Wait a
Mom.
sec.
But
You
I
never
never
said we
heard
can't
a
test
whistle,
this.
too.
Whistle. That wasn't in the rules.
You're afraid to because you don't want to get embarrassed by your fans. So that means you can't whistle.
So if you think that my favorite food is squash, is false, raise your hand.
You'll be craving our moon crab legs.
Mm-hmm.
If you think my second statement, I can whistle, is false, raise your hand.
Come on, y'all.
Nobody's ever heard me whistle.
If you think my favorite musicians overall
Here it comes.
are Bobby McFerrin and Celine Dion, is false, raise your hand.
You're yourself.
All right, well, my false statement was the first, oh, it was the second statement.
Your favorite food? Really?
She eats crab
Yeah.
legs with squash.
I eat
Squash is
crab legs a lot, but my favorite food is squash. It's always been squash.
She eats
Squash.
crab legs with squash.
Haha.
Crab legs is
That's
her
sorry
second
to
favorite.
squash
That's
your
like, that's
judgment.
like Mama has two favorite colors. Like, whatever.
Never let your gourd down. Oh.
By the way, Madaha is the queen of the puns. Okay, so you'll probably hear a lot of puns as we play this game. All right,
No.
next
you
up,
won't.
Madaha. What are your three statements?
Okay, so first of all, I like to string together a plethora of words to intimidate people for the sake of my own pleasure. That's the first one. The second one is I've eaten an eyeball before. I may or may not have eaten an eyeball before, of any sort. And third of all, I've had a lucid dream before.
Who?
A lucid dream.
What is that?
It's where you can control your dreams.
Oh.
If you think the first one is false, that she likes to use large words to intimidate people, if you think that is false, raise your hand.
I know Madaha really well. I know that's true.
Well, Madaha was getting on to me about my application.
Okay, if you believe Madaha has eaten an eyeball before, if you believe that is false, raise your hand.
May or may not have eaten an eyeball, which doesn't make any
Come on, y'all, raise up.
Okay, if you think that Madaha has had a lucid dream, if you think that that is false, raise your hand.
Me
I
and
know
Flame are the
Madaha
only
pretty
ones
well,
who do that.
so I think that the last one is false.
All right, so which one was false, Madaha?
The first one.
What?
Yeah, everybody is shocked. Okay, I use big words, but not for the sole purpose of intimidating people. It's usually because I just have these words in my head and I like to sound intelligent, but not for the sake of anybody else or making anybody else feel bad. It actually gets on my nerves when people don't understand. And yes, I have eaten an eyeball before. Makini knows this. It was a crawfish eyeball. I
See?
swallowed it whole. It tastes.
See?
It,
Oh,
yeah.
we both.
Yeah, y'all were there. That counts as a
We
That does
both-
not count.
It does.
Yes,
A
it
crawfish
does.
eyeball does not count.
It does count.
Because
it
it's
is an
still
eyeball.
an animal.
Okay.
My first one is that I hate dancing. My second one is that I like sweets. And my third one is I'd rather be outdoors than indoors.
If you think I hate dancing, it's false. Raise your hand.
That means she does like dancing.
She doesn't like dance.
No.
She says she hates dancing.
This is a trick question.
Wait a minute.
No.
What?
No.
Makini says I hate dancing.
First of all,
Makini says she hates dancing. If
Oh,
you think
that's
that
a
is false,
statement.
This is-
raise
I
your
think
hand.
that's
this is a trick question because she plays Just Dance more than I do. And that is shocking.
false. So that would be false then.
if you think that Makini likes to be outdoors more than indoors, it's false. You voted twice.
I changed my mind.
Okay, so you think.
McKinney would rather be outdoors than indoors.
All right,
Be careful
McKinney,
with
which-
that pencil.
So
Okay,
McKinney.
even everybody
McKinney-
should know that one.
She'll be shut.
So McKinney, which one was false?
The first one.
The second one.
You don't
Yes.
like sweets?
You weren't saying that with
You
those
don't
ginger
eat-
stuff.
okay.
Her voice was not high.
That's why I don't eat as much. I mean, I try them every now and then, but like,
McKinney,
Sweets
you
are
eat
nasty.
candy all the time. Huh?
You do,
I know,
and you.
but like, no.
you
the
smuggle
thing
it.
is-
You sitting there eating candy today.
I know, but just because I
Tons
eat it
of
doesn't
it.
mean.
And it's
Okay,
just like,
I used
Oh, you
to-
said,
good.
wait, the paper said I love sweets.
No, it was the last one. I mean, it's okay for me to eat some candy every now and then, but I don't always like eating candy. And like,
Wait a minute, did you say love or like?
I
Like.
said like.
What the hell, McKinney? I tell you.
That's because that was all there
Next.
was to eat.
So you hate dance.
There, come on. Yes, sir.
So when it's Sunday morning worship,
That's
and
the
we
only
dance,
dancing I do.
so- but that's
so
strictly
hard.
voluntary. So if you hated it, you wouldn't do it at all.
Well, it's mandatory.
It's not
it's
that nobody
not.
makes you get
I
up.
know they beg us to dance at
Yeah,
church.
No,
Sister
we
Victoria.
beg you, we
Victoria,
ask you, yes.
and,
But it's
No,
not
Sister
mandatory.
Victoria, and y'all be like, where the praise dancers
Yeah.
at? In the mic.
And we
then-
got You will. And sister, not like, is everybody dancing yet? Okay, number 1, I like to read. Number 2, I'm afraid of heights. Number 3, I know how to code robots.
All right.
It's the first
His
one.
3 statements are I like to read. His second one is he's afraid of heights. And his third one is he knows how to code robots. So if you think he likes to read is false, raise your hand.
Tolly hates reading. He just does it because he has to, in my opinion.
Exactly.
If you think- If you
read
think
together,
he is
like,
afraid of
like-
heights is false, raise your hand.
Everybody should know that one.
Oh wait, he's afraid of
Just
heights.
kidding.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh, I didn't even know. I thought he said
If you
Right,
think
he's not. That's false. He's not
Oh,
afraid of
No, I
heights.
thought
He
he
is
that's not false.
afraid.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Nothing.
I
You
thought
heard
he
nothing.
No.
was.
He
I
says
thought he said he's not afraid of heights.
no, he
Yeah,
said he is afraid.
I mean, yeah, that. This is confusing. This is like a
Yeah,
paradox.
I know, right?
So if you think that Centrale knows how to code robots is false, raise your hand.
I mean, I think like 2 of them are
Put
Oh,
your
false.
no,
hand
2 is
down.
false. We know
The
it's
second one is false.
That's-
All right, which one is false, Centrale?
what's that?
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
I am one with heights,
This is
and
true.
I do not like reading when I'm told to do it. I don't like.
Yeah, he
I
likes
just do it.
reading by himself.
Yeah, I don't like reading when I'm told to
On
do
his
it.
own.
No, that dude, he's never
But you
read
read
it.
all the time.
He's never
Okay.
read until he
That
got
makes
that
sense.
book from the library.
Of course,
I've
because
been
nobody
reading
told
since
me
he
to
was
read
4
it.
years old.
All right, next up, Anzi. What are your 3 statements?
My first one is I do crazy stunts, but I'm afraid to get seriously injured. My second one is I am really hyper and move and play too much. And
Line be line.
my third one is
I'm sorry.
I
a
also
friend.
can perform a backflip.
All right, so if you think that Anzi's statement, I do crazy stunts, but am afraid to get seriously injured is false, raise your hand. If you think I am really hyper and move and play too much is false, raise your hand.
Yes. And she loves to read all day.
Next, if you think I also can perform a backflip is false,
That
raise your
one.
hand.
That was definitely.
No, it's
Nobody in
not
this
false.
house has ever seen Enzy do it.
Exactly. I said no more.
It's the tremendous
Otherwise,
triplets.
Do a backflip,
thing.
Z. Z, show us a backflip.
It's the tremendous triplets
triplets.
thing.
What did he say?
You never whistle.
when we asked you to.
Who? You.
Me, alright. So, Anzi, which one is false?
Back
Flipping
three.
is the tremendous.
3. Alright, yay.
How many points do I
Literally, you.
Alright, Quelly, what are your 3 statements?
have?
This one's
Ow.
I like eating a lot. I like the color yellow, and I'm good at social studies.
So, Quelly's 3 statements are he eats a lot, he likes the color yellow, and he's good at social studies. If you think that he eats a lot is false, raise your hand. If you think that he likes the color yellow is false, raise your hand. If you think that he's good at social studies is false, raise your hand. Which one is false, Quelly?
It's a 3.
3, I got it right. All right, Kenaya, what are your 3 statements?
I give good hugs. I like school. I love my pet.
Ooh, those are hard. All of those sound true.
The
So she
first
says,
one.
like, I give good hugs.
That one.
I like school and I love my pets.
She doesn't give good.
If you think she says, I give good hugs. If you
That's
think that's false.
suffocating
That's false because it's not a fact. It's an opinion.
If you think the first statement, I give good hugs, is false, raise your hand.
Grammatically, it's false.
If you think I like school is false, raise your hand.
Who does like school?
Nobody.
Y'all used to.
Who invented
Until
school?
we grew up and got to middle and high school.
Yeah,
All right.
Until they started putting wheat
All right.
bread into school.
So they started giving us wheat bread and cats.
And hard work.
Yeah, you be giving us that green.
All my life I had to learn. Like,
If you think Yaya's statement, I love my pets, is false, raise your hand.
It's number 1
right, so
because she doesn't give good hugs. She gives
Great hugs.
The
Which
best
one
hugs
is
ever.
false?
That's right.
Why? Because you
No,
give.
my baby.
she changed her
She
answer.
gives terribly.
She changed her
She
answer.
does hate school. She tells me every morning, I hate school. I don't want to go to school.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. Wait,
Well,
She changed her answer.
See,
She had
because
2
she said
falses
I
that
like
are true.
school.
no, 2.
So she hates
Which one of those is not true?
the second one.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
why
I was
See, I
right.
told
All
you
right,
I
good,
like
good.
school.
All right, Jossie, we are ready for you. Sit up.
Justin.
So, Jossie, what are your statements?
I like to ride my bike. I like pizza and oatmeal. I like to.
Stick to what.
You can't read that.
I can snap my fingers.
All right, start over.
I can ride my bike. I like pizza and oatmeal. I can snap my fingers.
That says Jossie.
All right. So, Jossie's 3 statements are: he likes to ride his bike, his favorite foods are pizza and oatmeal, and he can snap his fingers. If you think he likes to ride his bike is false, raise your hand.
Everybody knows that was true.
If you think his favorite foods are pizza and oatmeal is false, raise your hand.
It's totally different.
Who doesn't like pizza?
No.
Me?
No. it's-
I don't.
I'm
I
craving
sorta
sausage.
Like.
She never
If
even
you think he can snap his fingers is false, raise your hand.
everybody.
No, he can snap his
He
fingers.
can
They
snap-
just don't make a sound.
Don't like the sound.
Don't make
All right,
a sound.
Jossie, which one is not true?
You gotta lie.
He lied!
Everybody knows
that I don't like the pizza that has salad on it.
Snap
The
Jossie.
pizza has salad on it.
You lied!
He's talking about the green onion. He's talking about the black
Wait,
onion.
everybody.
Look at him snap.
Look at him snap, everybody.
Look at him snap.
But what did you
Yaya,
say?
sit down.
Look at him what? Ah.
Look at him
so
struggling
he
to
can
snap.
So we hope you enjoyed our very first Family Fun Friday. We look forward to sharing more exciting activities with you that you can do with your family. And always remember to keep the fun in family. See you next time. Bye. Oh, that was a hug from Yaya. All right. Kiss.
What did she do?
Scratched him with my fingernail.
It was his fault.
You know it's not.
Wait, I
On
know.
the last part, my favorite.
No, it's not. It's not swelling up.
It is swelling up.
Oh, I see it. Okay, well,